racing car is an extremely fragile, delicate thing. It's basically a mobile fuel tank divided into 3 compartments. 2 for the petrol and 1 for me. And the one that I sit in is in the middle.
There's one absolute factor that governs everything you do. Time. We're battling against time. All the performance we're getting into the car, everything we're doing, everything is aimed at saving time on the racetrack. And by saving time, I mean fifths of a second. It's a wonder to me they ever finish. There's so many thousands of bits that go to make a racing car. You see, what we're looking for at all times is performance. We're trying to get a pint into a half a pint pot. We're trying to get maximum performance out of a vehicle, which means something has to go, and it's weight.
Lightness is the one thing that we're all aiming for in building a racing car. And saving weight is a very, very expensive business. The aircraft industry have already discovered this. We got a very good indication from them as to how expensive this can be. And at this time, at this moment, I was backing myself and I was on my own money.
Morning all. Right, it's coming on, isn't it? Yeah, somewhere like I brought my overalls along and my boots so I can get in and give it a whirl, see what it's like for fitting, and of course I got the loop in this one.
I had these 2 main problems in the early months of 1973. One to get the car built and the team formed, and the other to obtain the money to build it and to run the team. I estimated it was going to cost me somewhere between 80 and 90,000. I was going to spend that sort of money. Now, it didn't necessarily mean that I was going to get that sort of money from the sponsors, but I was going to try and get it.
So get in.
At the early days in building the car, I was alternating between the workshop and offices and boardrooms of large British companies, seeing if I could interest them in being a sponsor. I needed the help from a sponsor. I needed their financial help so that I could expand and do the job properly. But it was a gamble I was taking. I might never find it.
Lift it more forward, then? Yeah. I don't know, perhaps I'm sloping down further. And is my heel mark on about the same point, or is that? Yeah. Some people complain that motor racing is a very big business. It is big business now. At the moment I was backing myself. I did a lot of talking and a lot of presentations and a lot of phoning, a lot of visits, a lot of lunches, talking to boards of directors. That's Walter Hayes, publicity director of Ford of Europe. You've probably read by now in the magazines and the comics that I'm going to run my own Formula One team. And I thought I'd like to come along and tell you what my plans are in case they have any interest to the Ford Motor Company, and especially as I'm going to be using Ford Cosworth engines.
Yeah, well, I did actually read about it. I must confess I thought you were mad. I mean,
I
didn't believe it was true. It is going to happen, is it? Have you got a place?
Yes, we've got a workshop set up in Old Woking in Morris Gomb's place. He's very kindly let us have some workshop space there, and I have 2 excellent mechanics.
But, we just wonder, really, if you honestly have thought out just what a job you've taken on, really, because it is different. It's a hell of a challenge. I mean, you've got to be in the front office and in the back office and the stage director and the driver and the whole shooting match.
Yes, I'm beginning to find out the costs and the economics of motor racing. I reckon I'm going to spend conservatively, I suppose, about £85,000–90,000 this year.
One car? With a backup car?
Yes, I'm hoping to have a backup. If I have a backup car, then I expect that figure to be increased. So I'm hoping to have about 4 of your engines. I've got 2 brand new ones already.
So that's £30,000 to start.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm not trying to talk you out. I never tried to talk you out of anything, and even if I had, I wouldn't have succeeded. But it is a tremendous challenge to be taking on.
Well, I've had to fight off another attempt by a friend of mine to try and dissuade me from running my own car. I assume they're thinking about me and about the effort it's going to take and the sort of dangers involved. physical as well as financial.
Rack casting, yeah.
But we've got the rack itself and the pinion, but the casting's missing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't the casting come with the...
Well, here we are in our boardroom, with me in the chair, or more accurately, the bar stool. My mechanics, they're feeding the information to me for the parts that they need and the sort of things that we're going to be requiring this afternoon, this evening, and tomorrow and the next day.
Right, and they
So if we get back, if I give him a buzz immediately, we get back and he's still there, we might be able to...
might be able to work
And see,
something.
they can have our new tank.
He's got it, I see. But you've got to twist their arm to... Really, we should have had that one anyway, shouldn't we?
Just over a week ago, we should have had an oil tank.
I don't know. We better get back there and see whether he's coming through, and then I can give him a list of these things and we'll get them back.
Yep, good. We seem to be making progress now anyway.
It's vital that I keep very close contact with my mechanics, and I know the stage at which the car has reached. You can liken the chassis to an eggshell. An eggshell in some ways is extremely weak, but if you try and grab it between thumb and forefinger on the ends and squeeze as hard as you can, it's unlikely that you'll be able to break it. Now, a racing car is built in a similar fashion. The inside of the eggshell is divided into compartments, and these internal structures, of course, stiffen up the shell enormously. There is a weakness, of course. You have to have an opening in the eggshell to fit the driver in. As you can imagine, with such a rigid structure, it's vital that I'm rigidly supported in the car to become part of that structure. And for that, I need a very well-fitting seat, something that isn't going to give me bruises. At the same time, let me feel exactly what is happening with the car. Feel all the messages that are being sent back to me through the 4 little patches of rubber that are in contact with the ground. This is polyurethane foam in its liquid state. This is the stuff that's going to make the seat, that's going to give me all the support that I need. You pour it into this plastic bag that is fitted in the car, and I sit against the plastic bag. There it goes, and it's already starting to work.
Ease down. Keep coming down now.
It's the first time I'd ever had a seat made in this fashion.
Right, now hold the bag
I was a bit sceptical, I didn't believe they could do it. In the past, I've always had a seat made up of bits of aluminium and rubber and fiddled around trying to get it right. This is a new process, new to me anyway. A very peculiar sensation.
Keep going.
It was all hot, squeezing around me, filling in every nook and cranny, and well, almost.
Hey boy.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're all right, Gray. Don't worry. You're all right.
Is that what it is?
Supposed to be around my ears, isn't it?
Had to wait a little while, just a few moments, while it sets hard.
Just get some paper around the chassis, will you?
If I was to get out too soon, of course, it would carry on expanding in all the wrong places.
Just watch it. Right, but
The wheel was too near to me.
Put the other side.
Bloody hell, look where it's gone. I say that, it's extraordinary stuff, isn't it?
You have to feel comfortable, because you can imagine in a 2-hour Grand Prix with all the loads on the body and on the mind, we don't want any extra load through any uncomfortable movement that could possibly give you cramp even. It would certainly make you tire more, so you would have less energy left for driving the racing car.
What we got here?
Once it's said, I can get out and they can start carving off the surplus. All those rather rude bits sticking out there.
Yeah, see, there's no on the bottom.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
You wear a car, you put it on rather like a suit. So it's vital to have the suit fitting in the first place. So we spend a lot of time fitting ourselves into the car so that once we're in it and we put it on, we feel one and the same thing. We become a unit, become one piece. And it's more or less, then the car just becomes an extension of yourself. It's part of you. And therefore, you're no longer a human being walking around with legs, on 2 legs. You're an object on 4 wheels, a machine on 4 wheels that has come alive because you've inserted a person into it. And therefore that becomes a breathing, living machine. This marriage between the driver and his car. Yeah, let's just...
I can get it
Well,
over
I've now
under 8
had my fitting with the car.
touching
The car has been tailored to fit me.
over an eighth of an inch.
Pedals have been tailored. As you can imagine, you don't want to be uncomfortable in the car. You don't want to have to make any extra effort at all. Everything must fall neatly to hand and to foot, or to boot. And speed is the essence. We mustn't waste any time in trying to get one foot to one pedal and to another. It's very easy in cases like this just to make do. But in the long run, it pays to be exact. That little experiment is going to play a vital part in my season this year. Well, that's one fitting. I hope it's going to work. And now to another. Yeah, it's a bit tight. These long comms you see me putting on is a material that's been was devised by the space program in America, and it's fire resistant. It's not fireproof, very little is fireproof, but it doesn't support combustion and will prevent the heat getting through to you. In fact, all this will give you about 30 seconds.
That makes much difference. The main thing is that it breathes.
I normally wear about 2 layers and a double-layered overall on top of this.
We'll try the suit on now.
Where is the suit?
I've got that outside. Right, we've got the new stuff here, Graham. Excuse me, Metalinka. That is the new fabric. This is only single thickness. When we do the suit that you'll wear in the race, it's going to be double thickness. But for styling and just to see how comfortable you feel, we've done you this single thickness suit. If you'd like to slip it on.
Quite nice material. What in fact is it?
Well, that is wool woven with glass fibre.
And what about the fire resisting properties?
We think that this is going to give you between 35 and 45 seconds escape time in an all-enveloping fire. That was the test that we carried out with the guy walking through some flames. Yeah.
What's his name, that bloke?
Nicky Hobbs. Yeah, he's a stuntman.
Well, how does the fabric stand up? Now it's gone black. Does it crumple and
Well,
break?
you've got a lot of charring there,
Yes.
and unless you would shake it and agitate it very vigorously, it stays intact.
Which you would do if you were to get out, struggling to get out. Yep.
Ready, Graham?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
So this all-enveloping helmet helps. And here we have a new invention which is going to supply compressed air into the helmet in the event of fire.
To breathe comfortably if you're trying to get out of the car. It's not unpleasant in any way.
Well, it's just going up my nostrils.
Well, we can adjust the position of the nozzle.
Sort of a breathe-up channel, really.
Yes.
You want it in front of the mouth, do you?
Yes, ideally.
Yeah, well, it's wants to come down about half an inch.
About half an inch. That's useful to know. This will allow the air to escape underneath the helmet as well, which at the same time will stop any hot gases from entering up into the helmet.
Yeah.
Now that's been going about 45 seconds, but it's not unpleasant in any way.
No.
I can hear it tapering away now, and of course the pressure on the container is a good indication that you're virtually empty.
How many seconds?
But all these things were taking time,
Coming over the minute now.
making inroads into the time that I should have been spending at the workshop.
There's his time, yeah.
It was the final 2 weeks when the workload really got very heavy. The pace had been increasing in our own workshops over the last months, and the final efforts were made in the last 2 weeks. And we were aiming for the GKN Daily Express race on April the 8th. 4 weeks before it had seemed quite feasible. But now it was beginning to look a little bit dodgy.